Hi, welcome to another episode of Amputee Outdoors. I'm your host Glenn, and today we're going to go up the Sultan River Canyon Trail. I was going to go to Greeter Lake, but that trailhead is still closed off for the season, so I'm going with my backup here. Now, the weather today it's overcast, drizzling, it's cold, it's wet, it's miserable, and I am so happy to be out here in it. Like many of you, I have a job where I spend most of my time sitting in front of one or two computer screens. I've got a keyboard, I've got a mouse, I've got a phone. My exercise is walking from one meeting location to another meeting location, having meetings, sending emails, looking at spreadsheets, analyzing data, blah, 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 blah. It's not what you want to be doing all the time, and often it's very, very stressful. People get pretty stressed out about a lot of things, and it's hard to unwind, it's hard to relax, it's hard to come down from that, get your head straight, and come back into things with a clear mind and in a relaxed state of mind. That's why, even on a day like this, I'm happy to be out here. I've got my little camp stove. We've got some hot cocoa. Maybe I'll find a place to have a cup of hot cocoa. Brought my hammock. Maybe I'll find a place to set up my hammock and just chill for a little while. We'll see. But either way, I'm going to be out in the woods, walking around, and enjoying it. And that's what's important. All right, let's get up this trail and forget the worries of the week, shall we? Come on. Hey, we've made it to the Sultan River Canyon Trail, marked by this little placard here. And so I'm now going to start into the trees, where I'll at least be able to get out from under some of this drizzle and have the protection of the tree canopy. The walk from along this dirt road here, which is not apparently accessible to cars anymore or vehicles, except for emergencies, not very long. I think maybe half a mile, if that, perhaps 3/4, but it felt more like half a mile. So it's a very short little jaunt to get here to the trailhead. All right, we're going to get down this trailhead and see what we can find down there. Let's go. Well, the trail so far is all downhill, going down to the river, of course, which is great. But that just means that later we're going uphill all the way back home. So that's going to be a little rough, I think. Still, this is a pretty good trail. It's fairly well maintained. A bit rocky in some places, kind of your typical gravel path in others, and then kind of a forest path with pine needles and such on the ground in other places. This part I'm going over right now is very rocky, but very navigable. Boy, I didn't say that word right, did I? Anyway, you can get by. If you're wearing a prosthetic like I am, hiking poles are a plus. You could probably do it without them. Most of the trails you could probably do without them. But as always, I recommend bringing your hiking poles with you. If you're not using them when you're going downhill, you most certainly will want them going back uphill. Made it down to the Sultan River. So I'm just going to pan this around so you can see. Further up there, it's all rocks. That's what's making all that noise as the water rushes over it. But then it smooths out and settles down here. See some of that shale rock there that's fallen off the hillside. Down here, it's just this nice, mellow, slow-moving river. So I'm down here by the Sultan River. Got my little pot going here, gonna make myself some hot cocoa, got a sandwich, and just gonna sit and relax here and enjoy the quiet of the forest, sound of the river. And you know, I can't even remember what my desk looks like right now. That's pretty darn good. Yeah, that's why I come out here. Oh, this is nice. You know, a lot of us have things going on in life that makes things stressful. Not just work. You know, personal issues sometimes. Sometimes issues is just being, you know, an amputee or dealing with a disability of one kind or another. It can be pretty stressful. It can be overwhelming. Everything complicated. Too many things going on. Too many things in our head that we can't get sorted out, organized in this. It's a lot. Come out into nature. Take a walk in the park. Take a walk through the forest. Take a walk down to the river. Go for a hike. Give your mind and your senses a chance to get all that stuff out and get back to just being in nature for a little while. Do your world of good. And I tell you, hot cocoa after hiking kind of in the drizzle like this today in Washington, best hot cocoa in the world. Well, as I guessed, the hike back up is a little more winding than the hike down. Usually for me, it's going up is the hard part because I'm going up a mountain. And then going back down at the end of the day, much easier. Complete opposite this time. Still, better than the day in the office, isn't it? Here, look around. Look at all that. Coming out to the woods, go for a hike. It'll do you a world of good. Well, here we are back where we started. Parking lot's right down there. I'm going to get down there in just a minute. This was a really good hike. It gave me the chance to kind of de-stress, relax, and calm down from the stress of the week's work. And anytime you can spend out in nature, even if it's just drizzling down and gray and miserable, it's still a good day. And I really enjoyed this hike. The river was beautiful. It was a quiet, peaceful trail surrounded by beautiful trees, birds, the sound of the water dripping through the trees. I love even that. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this hike, give me a thumbs up. If you've got some comments, questions, or suggestions about hiking, especially if you're an amputee that's been watching these videos and you've got some suggestions yourself, I'd like to hear about them. So put them in the comments section down there. And of course, the subscribe button, which will be in one of these four corners, hit that as well to subscribe and see more videos of Amputee outdoors. Hope to see you out on the trail, guys.